Adilah and the White Snake, a tale from Morocco, North Africa. Adilah lived in a little village. Her father traveled for work. He'd pack up his camel and go off, selling his wares, and come back. And each time he set out, she would go to the gate with him, the gate of the village. And she said, "Papa, when will you return?" And he said, "Adilah, 4 days, and I'll be here when the sun goes down." And she would hug her papa and say, "Go, Father, I will see you in 4 days." And she went home, and each day she would mark the day, and at the end of the 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, she went to the gate, and as the sun came down, here comes her father. And a few days later, it was time to travel again. There they are at the gate. "How many days, Father? How many days?" "Well, 6 days this time." "Oh, Papa, 6 days. It's okay. Count your days." And that's what she did. Went back home. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there at the gate, and there he is. Yay! "How many days, Papa?" 3 days. 1, 2, 3. Wait at the gate, and there he is. "Oh, Papa! How many days?" 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait at the gate, and there he is. Yay! How many days? 8. "Oh, Papa! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait at the gate, and there he is." "How many days, Papa?" 4 days. "Oh, that's not so much." 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait at the gate, and no Papa. Adilah went back home sadly. Maybe he got mixed up. Maybe he meant 5 days. "I'll go tomorrow." So the next day, she went to the gate, but no Papa. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. "Oh, Adilah, I need to find my father," she said. So she began walking. She walked and walked. And she heard some children. They were laughing and shouting. And she looked up a hill, and there was a tree with a sack hanging from it. And these kids were whacking, whack, 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 whacking that sack with their sticks. Whack, whack, and laughing. And wait a minute, she looked. There must be something alive in that sack because it's moving around. They're hurting it. She ran up there and said, "Go away, go away." And they just laughed, but they threw down their sticks and they ran off. And she took the sack down and she opened it up, and a white snake came slithering out. And it looked up at her, and it bowed its head to her. "I'm glad I could save you, little white snake." And the white snake looked at her, and the white snake looked out across the desert and pointed its head that way. "You know what I'm doing. I need to find my father." Are you saying to follow you? And the snake nodded its head. So Adilah followed the snake. They traveled and traveled and traveled and traveled. And then she saw, wow, a white palace with white walls and a white gate. There, standing in the sand, big, big palace. It was beautiful. The white snake led her right to the gate, and whoa, there were white snake guards at the gate. The gate opened. The little white snake slithered in. She followed. And there on a throne was a great white snake. And the little white snake slithered up onto the seat and whispered. And the great white snake, the king white snake, looked at her and said, Adilah, you have saved my daughter. Maybe I can do something to help you. And she said, the only thing that can help me is to find my father. And the great snake nodded its head and called in other snakes and whispered to them. And she watched as snake after snake went out through the gates. And they waited. And after a while, some of the snakes came back and they talked to the king. And the king said, follow me. And she followed the king's snake out of the palace, through the sand, across over the hills, and into a village, down some alleyways, round the corners, and there was a little building. And the snake said, your father's upstairs, right there. And she said, oh, thank you, thank you. And he said to her, kindness leads to more kindness. And he slithered away. And she went upstairs, and there was her father. Papa! Oh, my daughter, how did you ever find me? I've been so sick, so sick. But I am feeling better, and now that I see you, I am feeling even better than that. Let's go home, Papa. I need to rest a little more, but soon. And it was true. In a couple of days, they were ready to go back home. And they left the village. And she said, Papa, let's stop by the king's snake and say thank you. Great idea. I would like to see the snake that helped us. It's amazing. It's a big white palace. I know exactly where it is. Follow me. They went together. It's just over this hill of sand. Look. There was nothing there but white sand going on and on and on. I know it was there, Papa. I hope the little snake. Kindness leads to kindness. Let's go home. And they did. And that's the story.